how people are obsessed with these challenges? You know, you got like your TikTok dance challenges, your hot pepper challenges, your ice bucket challenges, your travel all 50 states by the time I'm your age challenges. I'm sorry, it's too late. Oh, when I was in my 20s, I attempted the Apostle Challenge. Anyone? Yeah, I tried to sleep my way through all 12 apostles. And I'm so close. And it didn't start as a thing. I got myself a Peter, a James, a John, well, let's be honest, several Johns, some of them in Johns, and an Andrew. And one of my friends pointed out the connection, and I was like, well, I'm a third of the way through, I might as well keep going. So I went out and got myself a Philip and a Thomas. I knew a Simon, but he was a fucking dick, so I wasn't going to touch his. Found myself a Matthew and a Levi, but technically, that's the same apostle. So I had two pieces for the same spot on my Apostle Sex bingo card. What a waste. It wasn't a waste. Levi was epic. I mean... You slept with the Levi too. Did yours have the long curls on the side of his head that you could use like reins? Yeah. No, find yourself a Hasidic Jew just once. 5-star recommend. Yeah. Bonus points. Not the first time I've handled something that didn't work. Bonus points if you look like a Nazi like me and you can make that Holocaust sex fantasy work. Nail of Bartholomew. I mean, what are the chances? How many of us actually know a Bart outside The Simpsons? Made out with a Jew, but I count him because he's the closest I'll ever come to a Judas, and now he's a high-ranking church official, so I think that counts for something, right? Yeah. Now I know what you're all thinking, but Kevin, Jude was an actual apostle, aha! But he was also named Thaddeus, and I figure there are enough closeted Thads running around Connecticut that I can just circle back and bag one later. Like a gay safari. And much like an actual big game hunt, the end goal is to mount a head. So let's count that Jude as Judas, and eventually some Thad will bring his mom down to the city for the next revival of Gypsy, and walk right into my web. So I got 9 out of 12. I skipped that Simon, and never got that second James either, mostly because he was called James the Lesser, and that just made me feel like I was out trolling for bad sex. Alright, some honorable mentions, notable side quests on my hero's journey. Michael and Gabriel, 2 of the archangels. Yeah. The interim bishop for the Church of Christ in the state of Illinois, that I met at this quaint little bar called Jackhammer. A Joe Smith, my Mormon conquest. And the crowning achievement of my religious sexcapades, Jesus. And that's as far as I got before I met the love of my life. Yet another fucking John. So I don't know if you can tell this about me from my set, but I'm gay. Oh, thank you so much. I wish my girlfriend at the time had reacted like that. Would have made that day much easier. Do you know who didn't know? This guy. Yeah, now keep in mind, I was raised in a household that was part WASP, white Anglo-Saxon Protestant, part Southern, and wholly military. It was the trifecta of repression. No clue till I was 21. And I went to boarding school. All-male dorms, communal showers. I had more opportunity for sexual awakening than any 14-year-old outside the Disney Channel. Nothing. And even when I did figure it out, it wasn't like this huge moment of self-revelation, you know, some giant outpouring of emotion or sexual desire. No, wasps don't do that. No, I had to fucking logic it out. So I was doing a gig at a theater in the backwoods of Western Massachusetts, you know, a magical place responsible for the coming out of many a young queer. And I met this guy named Jim. Now, Jim was dating this guy, and I hated him. Like Kanye West, Taylor Swift, flames on the side of my face, hate. And we never spoken. I couldn't figure it out. You know, it was almost like I was oh. Wait, but if I'm jealous, then that would mean that I had feelings for Jim. Oh. Wait, but if I had feelings for Jim, then that would mean that I was gay. Oh. But even then, nothing. No like outpouring of of like freedom or guilt or normal human emotions. No, I was like some Nazi war criminal scientist, only I was my own human test subject. We must now test the hypothesis, yeah? And test it. I did. And that is how Jim, filled the first slot on my Apostle 6 bingo card. Thank you. Now, how many of you have any Waspy friends out there? Lies. Wasps can't make friends. No, we are fucked up. It probably has something to do with that 300-year-old stick up our ass. You know, it's basically a dildo made out of Mayflower. It's splintery and we cranky. So when I finally came out to my parents 4 years later, because, you know, I needed time to conduct follow-up experiments, account for outliers, establish control groups, you know, basically whore my way across Europe. Or as I like to call it, backpacking. There's some fellow mountaineers out there. Maybe we've crested some of the same peaks. So I sat down with my mom over a glass of wine, or 6 bottles. And she said, "Oh my God, I've known since you were 3, comma, it just makes me sad you're gonna die from some horrible disease." Yes. Mom for the win. I mean, she should write a book, How to Support and Devastate Your Child in 13 words or less. I mean, that is aspirational. I can only dream of hitting that level of wasp. She is queen of the hive. So I was like, yeah, thanks, Mom. Good talk. We'll talk about this again, never. And then she stopped me and was like, just don't tell your father today. It was Father's Day. Can we just all take a moment and picture what that card would have looked like? Dear Dad, happy Father's Day. I love you so much. I also love Dick. I've started eating out more. I don't think you like the cuisine, though. I should introduce you to my other daddies sometime. You know how you always wanted me to be more athletic? Well, I am practically pre-Olympic in most water sports. I'm gay. Mom did it. Nailed it! Yes! Love Daddy's little faggot. No, I mean, come on. Dating is hard enough without having to bring someone home to that. And dating in your 30s? Now all the Gen Zers in the crowd are like, ew, old people sex gross. And they're not wrong, dating is gross. But ladies, please, you have to stop complaining about your dick pics. Have you ever signed on to Grindr? Have you ever seen a bleached asshole in 4K? There are some things that just won't leave you. Especially when it's a live photo. I mean, it has ruined tequila shots for me forever. Imagine standing around with a bunch of pasty-ass white dudes, sucking on limes, and all you see is this. That PTSD hits real hard. Appreciate your dick pics. Alright, if there are any Simons in the house, meet me out back in about 10. Alright, that's my time.